live from Mecca. Live from Mecca. Live from Mecca. Live from Mecca.
Peace to the 5%, your favorite gold bodyguard universal, back on the scene by no demand, because I don't care. But there is a high demand for the real, right, and exact ways of the 5%. And I'm not saying that I'm better than anybody else. I just know false when I see it. So I'm back on camera to build. You know, I was doing a lot of camera recording before and I stopped because I was just trying to get people's attention so that we can show the world that the 5% Nation is focused on the youth. If y'all see, I don't do much recordings. We do a lot of youth activities. We the 5% Youth Office, all right? We got a lot of things coming up. You know, more sports, flag football, basketball, coat drives. You know, we're looking to go to every borough and do seminars and build with the youth in the community. So anybody who, if you're in the nation, not in the nation, whatever community you in, if you have access to other nonprofit organizations that deal with the youth, inbox me, DM, and we can speak about something, you know, bringing our minds together and keeping these young brothers and sisters active, all right? The 5% Nation is for the youth. You know, why do you think we have supreme mathematics and alphabets? Supreme mathematics and alphabets are for the kids. You understand what I'm saying? It's for the kids. I personally got knowledge yourself when I was 13 years old. So, with that being said, let's go into today's mathematics. Wisdom, power. Wisdom is your experience. Wisdom is actually walking and talking, showing and proving your power through your ways and actions, through what you say. You gotta be careful what you say and what you do around people. You know, I fall victim to that sometimes. You know, that's the process of going through the experience. You know, I fall victim to that, and then I gotta correct myself. And if I don't correct myself, then I leave. I need my brothers, my knowledge seeds, my wisdom seeds, and even some of the sisters correct me on my behavior, because I'm gonna do the same with y'all. That's how we progress as people and lower the possibilities of being antisocial. Nobody wanna be antisocial. So pay attention to wisdom in your power. You feel me? Now, I have a very important build today because I've noticed something that's been going on in this nation since I got knowledge of self, and I was also a victim of it. You know, when I got to those degrees, I wanted to show and prove Yacub. I wanted to look in the history books, see where he was at. I wanted to show and prove selective breeding. I wanted to find an island of Patmos. I wanted to be able to be like, yeah, this is right and exact, the lessons is right and exact. And that's cool and all. That's definitely cool. I got all the Ivan Sertima books, Shanta Diop books, Rashidi Vinoco, you know, who else? There's a whole bunch of them. Ben Yakinen, John Henry Clark, George G.M. James, Dr. Drusilla Dungy Houston. I own them all. I read them all. I went back to Africa so goddamn deep that, you know, I was one of those brothers. All I wanted to build about what was written on the walls, what was in the temples. Yeah, the black man is God because he was the first man on the planet. Go to Africa. It's fun. But then after I read all these books, I said, how is that beneficial? It's beneficial to knowing, but what's beneficial for each moment of my life? And then I started, you know, digging into the teachers of the 5%. I went and I got these blessings from brothers who were taught by the fruit of the fruit. See, now you have Allah, you have the fruit who he taught, then you got the fruit of the fruit who Allah's sons taught. I went around them. I collected the Son of Man publishings. I collected national statements. I went and built with firstborns who were around me. You know, a lot of them returned. There's not a lot left. If you in now, why get around them if you can? It's hard, COVID, no parliaments, but try and get around them. So a lot of them told me the same thing. You know, I'll be like, yo, how Allah used to build on the lessons, how he showed to prove the lessons. What I got from all of them, no lie, Allah used the degrees to draw up the nation's current state. One of the firstborn told me a story, but I'm gonna call one of the guards up who I know remembers which young guard it was that asked Allah, right? He asked them, the degree in the lesson, understand and build, destroy. Then why did God make devil? And Allah says, son, I ain't make no devil. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, okay, all right. That tells me that it gives me an understanding on how he looked at the degrees, what the degrees serve as a purpose of what. Then I read the works by Dumar Wadi Allah. He cataloged a list of all the teachings Allah gave. And besides the science of the clock, in that same lesson he said, Allah taught to use the degrees to draw people and events. And I'm like, okay, that makes even more sense. He said, Allah said, 120 knowledge is having the lessons on paper. 120 wisdom is having it memorized. 120 understanding is having it memorized for 10 years or more. I'm like, that makes sense. You have the lessons memorized for 10 years or more. That means those life experiences that you went through is what gives you the understanding of your lessons. Not no book, not no history, not trying to find Yacub in no history date. No, nothing, none of that. You got good information. I love history. I want to read what people got to say. One thing that's important about our lessons is applying supreme mathematics to get that understanding, because that's what separates us from other communities. People who take 120 on face value is dealing with the knowledge and the wisdom. If you out there arguing, trying to show and prove Yacub, you showing me that you on the knowledge and the wisdom. You're not on the knowledge and understanding. Remember, Allah's the 13th man, because he had the knowledge and understanding. He's not Clarence 13X, 5% Nation don't call him that. Because our language, that's knowledge, understanding, unknown. His knowledge, understanding was known. So he dropped the X and became Allah. And he taught his mind to the first fruit. The first fruit taught their mind to them. And a lot of us are taught by them. It's the mind that gets handed down. You seen the clip with the guards, who was it, Dubar, Sharif, and Al Rahim in the street while they was protesting? He said, you heard it ain't my friend. You heard me speak. That's my brother. We 5%ers. We all one mind, because we all deal with the knowledge and understanding. If you dealing with the knowledge and wisdom, then we're not one mind. Now that is grafting and separating. Don't look, Yacub is not meant to be shown and proved, no physical grafting process. You know why? Because when you apply supreme mathematics, the first principle, and we lead with principles, we don't lead with numbers, this ain't numerology. This is living mathematics. We deal with principles to look, listen, and observe. Knowledge is information. The accumulation of information is also consciousness. So knowledge is not just information, it's also consciousness. And being conscious is looking, listening, observing, the 5 senses. So if you got information and you ain't gaining from the senses, then you dealing with a mystery. See, a lot of y'all brothers, right? And I've been there before. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna front. You know why? Because I accept it. I accept that I used to add today's mathematics or being born. I accept that I mixed numbers with alphabets. Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I looked for Yacub. But these are the phases that we go through in our learning. But when brothers came to me and told me I was wrong, I didn't get stiff-necked and big-headed. Even brothers that I feel couldn't beat me. You know, they my brothers. I'm not thinking like that. I want to know their history. I was wrong. I corrected myself. So if you can't show and prove the lessons for what you see, like Allah said, understanding comes with 10 years or more of having it memorized. You don't, to me, how I draw that up, you don't necessarily have to have it memorized for 10 years. You can have it memorized for 1 year and have experiences in life when you go to work or to school that'll bring up a degree. You're gonna run into people lying, people stealing, people watching your moves because they trying to get over on you. That's trying to master you. That's what Yacub taught the devil. telling lies, stealing, devils, how to master the original man. That's how we draw that up. Now you can go into these degrees, and when you apply mathematics to the numbers, what was his idea of making a devil? It was predicted of him that he would make a devil 8,400 years before he was born. 8,400. 8-4. Build or destroy. Or. Build or destroy. I'm going to use destroy. Culture. Cipher. Cipher. Cipher is a person, place, a thing. He destroyed the culture of two people. The black and the brown. He separated the ciphers. They gave him the power to rule the earth for 6,000 years. So the devil was ruling the equality. Add 3 ciphers. Black, brown, and yellow. He separated the equality between the black, brown, and yellow. You got people, you got the black, brown, and yellow in North America who think they different than the black, brown, and yellow in Cuba. Who think they different than the black, brown, and yellow in Arabia. Who think they different from the black, brown, and yellow in Europe. Because yes, we got black, brown, and yellows in Europe. That's the equality to be separated. This is why we deal with the 6 human families and unite the seeds to undo Yacubs' process. See, the degree said the understanding cipher, when it asks you, tell us how the devil was made. The devil was made from the original man by grafting and separating the germ. In the black man's body, there's 2 germs, the black and the brown. Yacub, with his law of birth control, separated the brown from the black and grafted into white by destroying the black germ. After following this process for 600 years, the germ became white. It was no longer original. Also, by thinning the original man's blood, the germ became weak and wicked. It was no longer the same. Go to the dictionary, look up germ. One of the definitions is an organism that is split and turns into its own body. An organism, or a portion of an organism, that's capable of separating and developing into its own body. When you separate the brown developed into its own body. So how do I draw that up? When you make devil, anytime you separate something that's original, you're making devil. Doesn't matter whether it's original teachings and you separate that, you're making devil. Got a lot of brothers who got teachings that's not what Allah taught. When you try to bring it to their attention, they get upset. It's alright, but you're dealing with that brown germ, what was separated. Your mathematics was separated. What Allah called his sons was separated. You're dealing with that brown germ. Now, if we're going to use the degrees to draw people in events, you can see how they trying to change that, our culture. Look what they doing to Superboy. Look what they doing to Robin. Look what they doing to the kids. Look what society's becoming. Somebody can come into your family, come into your household, and disrupt the culture of your family and try to start something new. I don't start something new. We ain't been doing this. Then there's a problem. A devil's being made. Somebody's coming and grafting and separating. Because in the definition of grafting, you're also uniting. So our lessons is meant to have the understanding. You gain the understanding by applying the lessons to people and events. Not by going into history, sitting there arguing, trying to show and prove Yacub through the knowledge and wisdom. I show and prove Yacub through the knowledge and understanding by what I see. Because if I wasn't there to witness it, I'm dealing with a mystery. People say, oh, but you dealing with Allah's teachers. You ain't never meet Allah. No, I met his sons. I met the fruit of the fruit who was taught by the fruit who was taught by Allah. We got a tree that goes back. Y'all brothers don't got no tree that goes back to Yacub or the island of Patmos. You understand what I'm saying? But Yacubs Story, see, a lot of y'all brothers come because y'all don't have the understanding of the 5% culture. Y'all say things like 120 is outdated. It needs to be updated. No, it doesn't need to be updated. How you apply and look at 120, maybe it needs to be updated. How we apply and look at 120 don't need to be updated. Because these lessons are called lessons because in the degrees we learn a lesson. You know what I'm saying? So if we got a degree that says, what was Yacub's first rules and regulations, including all laws enforced while manufacturing the devil, Yacub's first rule was to see that all his followers were healthy, strong, and good breeders. So we know that we don't waste time on that which doesn't exist. We're not searching for no mysteries. I don't know Yacub. Yacub's not in my language. I know Allah. I know Allah. In the process, he put the gods through because the gods put me through that process. Allah made sure that we was healthy, strong, and good breathers. Teaching them to respect their mother, teaching them to take showers, giving them dietary laws so they could be healthy and strong. And all those who are not able to multiply will marry at the age 16. See, some brothers could learn these teachings and live a better life. And that's peace. That's the purpose of it. Some brothers, those are the brothers that really don't have the magnetic of the teachers. You got some brothers that were teaching. So the ones who can't multiply, they just gonna marry at the age 16. They gonna marry within their knowledge and equality. But the ones who are able to multiply are gonna multiply their knowledge and equality. Meaning the foundation, their knowledge, their information, they gonna equally give it and deal equal with everything in existence and teach. We got laws, rules and regulations while manufacturing God. I don't need to go and look for a genetic process where there was a genetic, physical separation of the body, a breeding process. I mean, I've read all those books. I've been there. And Ivan Van Sertima, Rashidi Vinoku, did Rashidi Vinoku participate in African presence in early Europe? But that was a good book. The opening chapter, he spoke about the Grimaldi tribe and how they migrated over the Gibraltar Strait. It was a landmass that connected Morocco with Spain, and the whole top of Europe got caught in two glacial periods, Worm 1 and Worm 2. Each one was about 50 to 75,000 years, consistent. And there was a cave, and in that cave there was 3 levels, and scientists went in, and historians went in, archaeologists, went into those caves, and the lower level they found nothing but Grimaldi bones. In the middle level they found a mixture of Grimaldi and Neanderthal. On the top level they found nothing but Neanderthal. So they started conjuring up theories. This original black nation changed over time. They changed because of the lack of sun, the lack of food, and albinism. And it was probably another one or two that they associated the possibilities of how this black nation turned white into the Neanderthal. They said the black man went in there with wide nostrils because they come from a hot environment and they're able to breathe in a lot of air. They said that these white people had thin noses because the air was so cold that they took too much in, it'll hurt their brain and damage them. So the genetics adapted to their environment, and they started coming, out with thin noses. They said the women started developing wide hips because they were in caves for so long. That's 2 glacial periods, 50 to 75,000 years each. You do the math. 100 to 145,000 years. That's a long time. But see, this is history. This is information that I learned. I don't go and use this to show and prove the lessons. I wasn't there for that. That's okay. I'm not here to debate between the Bible or between the Quran. Who came first, Muhammad, if Jesus was right and exact. See, other communities bash the Bible because they say it's a white man's Bible, and that Christianity is the white man's religion. You don't get caught up in that, because our degree tells us that the Holy Quran, the Bible, was made by the original man, the supreme being, black man of Asia. That's it. The Holy Quran, the Bible, was made by the original man, the supreme being, black man from Asia. These Muslim lessons ain't have Bible verses. God's put the Bible, Umar put the Bible verses in there. We read everything. So when you showing and proving these degrees, make sure you apply it to yourself. Don't get misled by people that want to sit there and debate and show and prove Yacub, and people that want to come and say, the lessons is outdated. my lessons is never outdated. Because every time I open my notebook, I got something to write of what I learned through drawing up my degrees through my lifetime's experiences. Peace. Okay, on another note, I think this something really important that I need to share with y'all, right? Bomb! Right here. Beets, carrots, ginger, what else? Cucumber, what else? And orange. Now, listen, y'all gotta deal with health. You know, we just got some bad news of our brother King Asiatic who returned to the essence. You know, I'm hurt behind that. I'm real hurt. I knew the brother personally, a lot of us did. You know, when I first started dealing with the cipher in the desert, he was there. He came to all the parliaments. You know, last time I was with the guard, we was hanging out at this old Earth establishment, you know. Much love to him and his family. Peace. So, this is a mason jar that I went and I bought. I put beets in my juicer, carrots, cucumbers, and oranges. Why? Because that's a strong mixture that we should be drinking right now during the time of COVID. You know what I'm saying? I took a catalog out of all the benefits you get. Now, first of all, beet juice is high in protein. It boosts immune system. It improves blood quality, digestive system. There's nitrates in beet juice that lowers blood pressure, which is good for you people that got high blood pressure because you eat, you know, the wrong foods. Now, it reduces the chance of heart ailments. That's, you know, different type of heart complications or diseases. And it helps prevent strokes. It flushes out toxic substances in the body. It has minerals such as boron, copper, magnesium, and it helps bones develop and boost metabolism. See, that's the best benefit from these vegetables is the elements. You know, everything in the universe is made from the elements, atoms. Atoms turns into cells, cells turns into tissue. Tissues group together and make ligaments. Ligaments come together in parts and make organs. Excuse me, organs come together. And then the tissue creates your ligaments. So all of these things is fed by minerals that you get from your foods. So vegetables is an expression. You know, I tell people vegetables is important because these minerals, a rock is a mineral. These minerals are in the ground and in the earth. It's not in edible form. So the earth is actually through plants extending its arm out and giving you everything in edible form as a fruit, as a vegetable. So it's important for you to eat them. Some people don't like, I can't sit there and eat a beet. It's not gonna happen. But it tastes good as a juice, you know what I'm saying? It's not that bad. They're not sour, they're not bitter. You know, you mix it with fruit juices, throw some fruits and make it more edible. You know, I got cucumbers in here. Cucumbers actually cool your body, which is good for a lot of you old people who get hot flashes. It detoxes your body, it promotes weight loss, it hydrates your body, it relieves constipation. You know, I might need that. It boosts immunity, regulates blood pressure, and it boosts energy. Get with it. I had another mason jar that cracked actually for me being clumsy, so I had to put my raw ginger in this, raw ginger. I had to put this in a plastic container, which is not that bad for ginger, but you know, the mason jars are being hermetically sealed as much as you can. So, you know, ginger manages blood sugar. It is an energy booster, relieves gas, helps your body absorb the vitamins and minerals from other foods, meaning it's almost like amino acids, how amino acids boost the processing of proteins. For those who exercise and work out, ginger will help your body take in more of the vitamins and nutrients that you get from foods that your body might dispose of. Because, you know, your body doesn't take all the protein. After 25 or 30 grams, the rest of the protein gets, you know, turns into waste. So this right here helps your body synthesize and take in more vitamins and nutrients from your foods. Now, it's a pain reliever, improves blood flow. Oh, it helps headaches and migraines. Trust me, Every time I have a headache, I go straight for the ginger, no lie. Aside from this, I also made fresh lemon. I keep lemon separate. You know, lemon deals with hydration. It keeps you hydrated even when you're not getting enough water, which is a good backup. If you're not able to drink enough water, or you have, problems drinking enough water, at least, take some raw lemon, a little shot early in the morning or before you go to sleep. It provides vitamin C, potassium, calcium, magnesium, these elements that are the building blocks of nature, that we need, you can only get from the earth. It detoxes you. It contains a flavonoid, or flavonoid, however you want to pronounce it, called hesperidin, which helps, hesperidin helps your heart health. And it regulates weight loss. So yeah, get that. Mix these together. I don't play. I keep these, and I'm going to get more mason jars, and I'm going to make more drinks, juices, mixtures, because this morning when I have breakfast, I take a small cup of my beet mixture with a tall cup of water. So while I'm eating my breakfast, I'm drinking the mixture, and afterwards I down some water, and it works. All right? Your favorite Yellow Sea, God Universal, and I'm out.
Live from Mecca.